in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turnip Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub, B.A., E-Ray, and J-Mo.
Okay. All right. Well, we ready, guys?
Yeah, we can roll into it.
Yes, sir.
In 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of older ages, welcome to the newest and latest and greatest episode of Let Me Book the Territory, the greatest podcast for wrestling with blackness all over it. Guys, I am E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the man that sits under the Jism's tree. At your service, I am here with my comrades, my pod gods in arms. A-Dub, how you doing, brother?
The pod guy, A-Dub, the phenomenal A-Dub Styles, if you will, is in the building, feeling great. Crown Jewel happened. A lot of other stuff happened. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get to it.
At least you're not constipated.
You haven't been constipated in weeks.
I know, right? That Docalax really works. Can't wait to be sponsored by Docalax, guys.
Can't wait.
That other smooth voice you hear that's not holding his microphone, he has to be closer to the mic, but he's scared of the mic because the mic has been harassing him lately. It is B-A-D-B-I-C in the building. What's going on, Brody?
What's going on? E-Ray, A-Dub, our tribal pod chief. We the ones. What's going on, Brodies? B-A-D-B-I-C in the building, man. I have been the most active I've been on Twitter since joining this illustrious podcast. So BA's fingers kind of sore this evening. Not from things that would normally make your fingers sore, of course.
Never mind.
Yeah.
If you don't know, just go watch 21 Jump Street 2.
There you
Enough
go.
said.
Exactly. Exactly.
BA, Twitter fingers are at work. Love the work that's getting put in. We're gonna still just say BA is the anonymous Twitter man behind our brain thoughts.
Yes.
He's the brainchild of it. We just let it fly.
Any complaints, come talk to BA. Do not take them up with my pod brethren. It is all me.
Even though you cannot find him.
Nope.
Because he's not listed on his. So this is the perfect job for anonymity and recklessness.
Yes.
Love it.
It's beautiful.
Love it. I want some more of it. Guys, we have been here. We're back another week to discuss the good, the bad, and the barely watchable in wrestling this week. Dub, illustrious pod guy, where
Yes,
do
sir.
you want to start?
Can we start with our Saturday afternoon wrestling that we got last
It's
weekend?
only fair.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I feel like the Crown Jewel card has been getting better year after year because the first Crown Jewel sucked. It was awful. The second one was pretty bad, but since then, it's been getting better and better and better. I feel like last year it was like a top 4 or 5 pay-per-view of the year, and this year it was damn good. And am I tripping or?
It was a solid. I'd say it was solid, and definitely is on the upwards trajectory. I'd say, as far as the Crown Jewels since they've been happening. This one I think was pretty fun. There was a couple weird matches. They all can't be bangers and 25-star Tokyo Dome Dave Meltzer Jizz Fest matches, but they were also no, not all of them. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Uncle Dave.
17 stars.
But
Scissor
it was
me, David Meltzer. No, can't be that. 18 stars.
Yes.
No.
Anytime you hear that's us scissoring. Not each other, but
Whoa.
ourselves. But anyways, great show. Great show. Great show. Great show.
All right. And if you don't want to use scissors anymore, 4.0 coming soon. Yes.
No.
I'm just saying. I think I agree with both you guys. This has definitely been probably my most enjoyable version of Crown Jewel. So I don't know what this is, like version 7, version 5.0, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Because I recall probably maybe the first or second one, there was Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss in full Power Ranger outfits, and I was like, okay. Because they're in Saudi Arabia. Got it. Cover up. Cool. Mm-hmm. Then at some point, I think maybe the second or third year, randomly, it was like we were back in 2004, 2005 again. Jabot jeans and 4X white tees. I was like, what the hell is happening? I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was appalled. I'm like, I think I watched Natty versus somebody. I think it was Natty versus Zelina Vega or something like that. And
yeah, it was the Queen's Crown tournament.
Terrible. And I was like, why are they wearing these big ass t-shirts? Like, this is uncomfortable. I was like, and they had the full on bodysuits. So I'm like, okay, now this is taking some steps backwards. And of course, and that's not even to mention the debacles with The Fiend, Goldberg, The Fiend, and Rollins, etc., so forth, so on and so forth. Because
Brothers of Destruction, DX, don't forget about that.
Triple H tore his everything off the bone. Yeah, all of that stuff. I recall. At this point, I think this is probably the highest level of Crown Jewel that we've had. Everything from the women's outfits, they all seemed extremely customized. It wasn't just a generic jumpsuit, nor was it, again, Laffy Taffy Man, D4L, 5X white tees. It was like when Damage Control came out, I loved how their distinct look was. They had kind of had like the Carolina Panthers colors going on, but even their jumpsuit had like little flares here and there with the collars and stuff like that. I liked Rhea Ripley's with like the bondage type look, and then it was just a lot of different looks to the women. So that's one thing for me particularly. If you're going to have women's matches over there, which if I recall right, I think maybe I could have been even messing up before. The first one or so didn't even have women match on there, and I think that's why they did the women's revolution.
The second one was Sasha.
That's why they
Alexa.
had the women's revolution pay-per-view. So okay, that now it's coming back to me. So yeah, about probably the third or fourth, I thought it was like some regression, but again, they're deep into it. I love that. Also, I like that instead of just making this like a one-off Saudi ejaculation show where it's just like, hey, everybody just get what you need, give us millions. I felt like you get enough of that when random women go to Dubai and we know why they're going. I'm saying, hey, it's probably better when you include this and make it like actually usable. So I think Triple H was really smart in making this like, even though it's a show that doesn't matter, he puts the matches on there that's actually good. That, you know, I wouldn't want to see Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I don't want that. But give it to us at Saudi. Fucking great. It worked. I really don't have many complaints about it. I'll say that. So now we can kind of dive into it now that I introduced it a little bit.
Oh, are we going straight to complaints? Because I love this card, but I did have one big complaint. The ending of that Drew McIntyre Karrion Kross match. the escape from the cage should not be the form of victory that the babyface is trying to use when he just spent 2 weeks trying to kill the other man. That was my biggest problem with it. The Scarlett going back to the mace, and then Drew just barely escaping before carrying. To me, it didn't feel like it did anything for either one of them, like positively, I would say. That being said, the match itself was good all the way up until the ending. Because like now you have this ending. It's like, all right, well, where does Drew go from here? Where does Karrion go from here? Yeah, exactly. Like, because if Karrion wins the way I said he should have won, by if Drew wins the way I thought he should have won, it's like Karrion throwing him through the cage.
That always works.
Then Karrion has well, hey, I lost the match, but I beat the shit out of your chosen one. Now I can move on. And then Drew can be like, all right, well, I got to build myself back up. And then you can have Drew do other things. From here, it's like, well, I don't know if these guys are done with each other yet, but you're like, but a steel cage match is supposed to be the blow off. So where do we go from here and why?
I don't think they know, Dub. That's why they had it in like that. So they could still kind of let those guys finish it the right way, but then also point them in a more clear direction of what's next after they finish their feud. That's kind of how I took it. It was very 90s. Like, I hate seeing cage match finishes like that where they're just racing like it's a goddamn game show. That shit irks my soul. Because like you said, them dudes just battled it out in the ring for like a solid 15, and the way y'all end this is to try to fucking race out of the cage like it's Double Dare. No thanks. So
where's the slime?
It got sprayed in Drew McIntyre's face. Pause.
Oh man, so
I got so many things I'm not gonna say.
It's so easy. But yeah.
Yeah. I would agree. I think, and as much as you guys know I hate to agree, it just wasn't, for me, it was like, this was one of the matches where I was like, I don't give up. Like, I really don't care about this. I tried, but it was like, number one, I didn't even think it needed to be in a cage. I was like, why? Okay, but fine. Y'all can do the cage. Because I honestly, okay, fuck it. I'm here now. I don't think none of this shit was necessary. Every step of the way, this has been like almost a blunder. From him being at the match with Roman, and then like, what did he do? Throw some popcorn in his face or some goofy shit like that? I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. I guess. Then randomly, and we still don't really know, was it Drew McIntyre to try to run Karrion Kross over and commit a homicide? Don't know, but he was there after the crash. At least he's like, motherfucker, I'm killing you. I was like, okay, that was kind of, again, stupid, because the babyface shouldn't be trying to commit murder. Yeah, it just, even the mace situation, it's so many things that should have happened. I think we talked about it before. There shouldn't be a pinfall. It should literally just be how you escape the cage. And particularly the way Dub cited it, if you have to do anything, throw him through the cage. So that way Drew goes out the victor, but on his back. And that gives Drew his win. He loses nothing. That gives Karrion a gripe and a bargain chip, so he moves on to the next thing. But like, I whipped his ass and I put it on so-and-so and blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, are they even done? Is this a blow off? Like, I don't know. I guess we gotta wait till Friday to watch that shit.
Let me ask you guys this question, then we can get off of this match. Do you feel that maybe the stipulations between this match and the stipulations for Bianca's match should have been swapped? Because I do. I think Karrion and Drew doing a last man standing match, considering they've tried to kill each other over the past couple of weeks, makes more sense. And Bianca and Bayley being in a steel cage makes more sense for that rivalry, because it keeps damage control out of the match.
Damn.
Just hire him, WWE. Good Lord. Just hire the man.
I know. I was like, I don't give you props often. And this time, is it going to be any? It's going to be any different? Fuck that. Right. Yeah.
I respect the dub. That was legit.
It was great, but I still just don't want to give Dub his fame. But no, Dub hit it right on the nose. That's what it was, and that's why I guess it didn't connect for me, because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And even though I enjoyed the thought of Bianca and them kind of doing like a ladder matchy type deal, and then it also a last woman standing match and it being the first, like that was cool. I think they just jumped the gun with that because they wanted to have the first last woman standing match instead of just be like, oh, let's go with what the story is telling us.
Is that the first one? I feel like Nikki Cross and Asuka had one in NXT.
If they did,
I'll check that while we go on, but
WWE did not acknowledge it because they said this is the first woman standing match, last woman standing match there was. So
fair. But what did you guys think about that match?
The last woman standing. Look, this is what I'll say about the entire pay-per-view, and this also goes for this match.
But yes, I was correct. Yeah, Asuka versus Nikki Cross, last woman standing match, June of 2020. So there's WWE just erasing their own history again.
Like, hey, this is bigger.
Thanos and themselves.
Snap that shit out of existence.
You're right. You're right.
That's Trips erasing his own history, in all honesty.
I mean,
right, because he booked that one too.
This is a bigger platform.
But anyways, Bayley, Bianca, last woman standing. Thoughts?
It was fine. I feel like this is indicative of the whole card. Everything was like, that was cool. It was fun to watch on a Saturday morning. I wasn't like, oh my God. And I wasn't like, this is shit. I was just like, oh, okay. I was watching it early. I was watching it Sunday morning and like barely keeping my eyes open. I was like, this is cool. I liked the work rate. That was fun. I enjoyed some of the spots, particularly with Bianca showcasing just how fucking awesome she is. I think she looked great. Mm-hmm. And then I think the ending was a little clunky, but I'll allow it. It's like, suspension of belief.
Further elaborate, E-Ray, on the clunky, but you'll allow it.
So at the end of the match, they were like, you know what? Bayley just won't stay down. So what I'm going to do, we practice this spot. Bianca Belair, like, clamps her into a ladder.
Got you.
Shoves the ladder in between she clearly can get out of this. But it's kind of like the Jackass Sami Zayn thing spot where the big hand should have went off, but it didn't. Mm-hmm. But they just had to sell it. You know. Yeah. And I'm like, it works. It'll work for me.
Yes. I like the idea. I like the idea. I like what they were trying.
Sometimes it doesn't work. Right. Sometimes it doesn't work that well, but it didn't like just, oh my God, this match is terrible. It was like, oh, okay. I was like, I get it. I thought that was a funny thing. It made me chuckle more than I was like, oh, that was dope. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, yes, Bianca remains champ, which is the most important thing to me, honestly.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did book Bayley to take that belt off of her.
That's why I didn't give him no respect, because even though he was right,
I think you and Free did. I think I was the only one that said Bianca was gonna win that match.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Just because, just because I think Bianca's better I think Bianca's better in the chase. That's why I booked it that way.
But she's so good as a champ. I think this title reign, that's changing that narrative. In all honesty.
No, yeah, you. I don't know. I think she's still better in the chase, but then I also think she's better heel.
Bianca?
Truthfully,
I don't know about.
Yeah, her heel work in NXT was phenomenal.
Okay, hold on.
It was decent from what I understand about it and what I saw.
Phenomenal.
Like, where was the... Okay, let's talk about the heel. Come on, because, I mean, I was a big Bianca Belair fan, and she wasn't like a heel. She was like, I'm arrogant.
She's kind of like a Swerve.
Black. Yeah, she's like, I'm sassy black. and we love that. Believe me, like I said, I went to NXT. I had to defend her against some anti-black person.
Neckbeard.
Yeah, anti-black neck person that had something to say. And I was like, hey, listen here, sit your ass down and enjoy the show.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 12 million balls.
That's a lot of balls, E. We get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir, Mr. Muhammad, sir. I'm sorry.
Please don't blow us up.
Works for me. Right. Works for me. But yeah, I was like, I never got like big heel vibe. I just enjoyed her work. And it was like, look, I'm the meanest, the roughest, the toughest. She was given the energy, but it didn't feel like I'm a huge heel, or at least the translation of like where I'm like, oh, I need to see her as a heel. I didn't get that.
Well, no, like, so she wasn't healing per se, like, bad person. She was just healing NXT. Like, she knew she was like who she was, and she was an asshole about it. But to me, I still think she's better at that than she is the smiling, overcome all odds. Bianca Belair is the black female John Cena.
Man, he took the words. It's like, get out of my brain, Professor X. You take that straight out. Just, I was like, Bianca's like John Cena, real talk. And you took it.
She exactly
That's why you want to see her
is.
heel.
And
exactly.
yeah, no, you're right.
But guess what? John Cena was the man. He had all the championships, and he never lost. For us to get that from a black woman, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I want it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. She can have the longest reign ever.
Isn't she
Totally
close
fine
to that
with
already?
She's the longest reigning black champion ever.
Got a couple minutes, couple longer to be the longest ever. But either way, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like I said, the black champion stuff is like, that's great. I want to see her keep winning. I don't necessarily need to see her be a heel. I think this was another good challenge. And now it looks like Nikki Cross is entering the fray, and as her original self. No more ASH.
Huh? Can I get some credit for that one?
Judges. Does he get credit, judges?
BA, you were there. E-Ray had been kidnapped by the Atlantis people. BA, you were there. I said Nikki Cross joins that team for War Games, and it's going to be because Bayley's going to offer her a title shot. They're going to get to that title shot next week because Bayley's going to say that.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that's why.
You kind of called it, I guess. But
okay.
Just say Double's right.
I'll say what I said.
It's okay.
And move on.
Right. Begrudgingly. Yeah. So.
But speaking of Dub being right, Brock Lesnar won because he beats black people.
He won because he was in Saudi. And
I was like, who gets that one wrong?
Right, that's what I said. We all knew that. We all predicted Brock to go over.
I was kidnapped, and I was talking to my Atlantic kidnappers. Like, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar definitely winning, right? They're like, bro.
They stuffed a sock in his mouth. They said, shut up.
Yeah.
Ew, they wearing socks in Atlantis underwater.
Socks worse.
At least that's what you thought it was. Anyways.
What?
That was a breathing apparatus. That's what they told me.
that he bought from a sex store. You might buy that in the sporting goods section,
Why
my
does
guy.
it strap onto your hip? No, seriously. Yeah, Brock Lesnar was automatically going to win this match. I think everything I said before with Brock and Black champions being just destroyed, like he's like, I smell. I was like, I'm surprised Bianca Belair still had her championship because I thought Brock was just gonna spear her off a ladder or some shit, and then.
Oh, you know he was like waiting in Gorilla, asking him to hit his music.
You can't leave Saudi early and hop on a jet, so he was there the whole show. So yeah, he was waiting. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was nervous, but once I seen her win, I was like, oh yeah, you know. But Brock clearly won. What do you guys think this means? Because I will say this: even though Brock won, they gave Bobby all the offense. 98% of the offense was Bobby Lashley beating the shit out of Brock Lesnar, which that's why.
Yeah.
So it was like the writing was on the wall.
I'm gonna say what. I'm sorry, Dub. You continue.
BA. Tell me. I want to know what you got to say.
I got thoughts.
No, go ahead,
I
Go
think
ahead,
that
BA.
we are about
Go
to
ahead, BA.
see. And this, I'm making. If y'all follow us on Twitter, I've been making low key bids for this on different people's tweets and shit. But I think this is the origins of the return of the Hurt Business, fellas. Now, hear me out. Now, I know we jumping in the future here. You know, I like the quantum leap and shit. Raw. Bobby Lashley doing a lot of heel fucking shit as far as his attack of, was it on Mustafa? And all the stuff that's kind of like, he's not really acting like how he was acting before this Brock feud. I think that they're gonna try to turn him into a face, or no, not a face, but a heel against Brock, and that's gonna happen with the Hurt Business coming in and the next match or whatever. This ain't gonna end till WrestleMania. Let's be real here.
Another thing Dub said.
What self-flatulation
Jesus.
is going on here? What in the right?
It's
What in
just-
the?
Right.
Praise me! I am the Almighty Dub. Shut up! Damn it! Another thing I said once. I said it in the shower one time. I was scrubbing my balls, and I was like, "Oh, Brock Lesnar, you gotta win!" Oh. Why are you thinking about Brock Lesnar?
First of all, I'm never thinking about Brock Lesnar when I'm scrubbing my balls.
I hope
no,
What?
never.
Dub was wrong. He lied because that's what he was doing. Loop on my balls. Brock Lesnar gotta win.
But my thoughts were just that I think that we're gonna see the origins of Bobby Lashley doing more and more heel things to, at some point in the coming weeks or months, a Hurt Business reunion will culminate all of this. And instead of it being
With the original?
No,
Yeah,
I was gonna say no. I think
there we go.
I think our guy Almost is gonna take the place of Seti said, because we ain't really seen him in a minute. So I think that's where we're going with this whole thing, as far as Bobby and Brock and what's the end result here. But Dub, I cut you off. Your thoughts on this?
No, I mean, my thoughts were this is going to Mania. I'm just kind of interested how they get there because clearly Brock's not working during the holidays. Let's keep it
Got him
real.
slapped on that day one poster
I
like he the
mean-
only motherfucker on the show. So keep that in mind.
Well,
Oh,
one's
yeah,
not
I
happening
forgot,
anymore,
yeah,
BA.
yeah.
Okay.
I was hanging out in 1996, and when y'all were messaging that, when I came back, I remember seeing it as I got back to my messages from Quantum Leaping, and I was just on to the next thing. You know, Twitter be just sucking me in. So, anyways, continue.
More wisdom. BA has to. We gotta put a parental block on the Twitter.
Yes, they
Because
do.
Let Me Book is about to be something else. Other than that, though,
Algorithms.
I mean, yeah. Well, we're just talking about it. The Omos and Braun Strowman match. Wait. I want to put a caveat on it. I don't want to just go into it because it's too easy to just was it as bad as you thought it would be, Dub? Okay.
No, it was not. It was not as bad as I thought it would be, but it was not as great as Braun Strowman has been proclaiming it was on Twitter. I will tell you that much.
He was putting himself
No,
over
okay,
like
but
how Dubby put himself
not
over on
instant-
this show. If not
In
worse.
the shower. I'm gonna wash up.
47 stars.
Braun Strowman learned it from me. Braun Strowman learned it from me how to put yourself over 101. I think Omos is getting better gradually. I think he could have used another year in NXT.
Could he have
that being
used
said,
another 8 weeks in Raw Underground?
Yeah,
Just
100%.
in
Fight Club?
denim, sitting at the door.
Yeah, just sitting at the door. How you doing, Mr. McMahon? We got some good fights for you tonight.
That's like, yeah,
He's sloth.
Look, I don't think MVP could have got him over. It's tough. They keep trying to tweak his gear a little bit. Like, it's a race to the bottom between, and we'll get to this, but almost Von Wagner. I don't know.
Oh no! Don't put that on that man. Don't put that sticker on him.
Oof.
Look, the only time I like Almost is when he's like fully dressed and not wrestling. So he's just in big cool man
He's
clothes.
like in his like
he looked like
big and tall
Meek
J.
Mill.
Crew clothes, basically.
Yeah, he looked like Meek Mill just got like a growth hormone injection.
I'll tell you what, Almost better be fucking careful, man. If 50 see him wearing them G Unit tank tops that he keep wearing, you know 50 don't play about his, man. He gonna fucking come up. Oh yeah, man.
Pop out of no, 50 gonna come out of nowhere, like just in the background, talking about go.
Where you get that tank top from? Let me see that tag.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying, man?
Oh yeah, so he better be careful, man. and talking about his ring gear.
You're right.
So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, as far as my thoughts on the match, it was more than what I thought it would be. It wasn't the fucking like Kushida versus Will Ospreay that Braun Strowman was trying to make played up to be.
Are you sure?
On
did you watch
Twitter,
this
man.
with your real eyes?
I think I did. I had my.
Wait, we're here now. Where's Free to make sense of all this? Two meaty men bumping meat. Free would have watched this. I bet you Free gave it 82 stars.
Oh yeah, he retweeted what Brian tweeted for sure. Absolutely, 100%.
Like, yes, he's like, this would have blew the Tokyo Dome away. Like, it would have been no more humans left.
Shout out
it's
to
too
Free.
powerful. It's like Godzilla and Mothra, just chop after chop until the whole crowd was annihilated. I understand Free. I don't understand what you see, but I understand your sentiment. Yeah, for me, it didn't do it. I was like, I love Braun Strowman. I do not need Omos. He's like one of those monster heels that, you know, once they're done, they're done, and that's it. So they're trying to prolong it, but it's inevitable because when you build a big guy that can't really move, you get the Great Khali. And it's like, okay, I hate watching the Great Khali. I don't care. Give him his own match, the Punjabi prison match. It didn't matter. It was the worst thing to almost ever happen to a professional wrestler. And believe me, there are times in professional wrestling that nobody ever wants to think about, aka the Shock Master. Great Khali to me is worse than the Great Shock Master. Just saying.
Whoa, Shock
So-
Master.
So I don't know. I think almost won't reach that low because he still has like bursi in his joints, so he can like move and shit. But the wrestling just isn't that good. And even though he's so big, they can play that up. Like, okay, so what? You're taller than Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman looks like he will kill people. What's they just looks tall.
Yeah,
So,
Braun
all right, I'm
Strowman looks the
almost- I'm
part,
tall.
especially since he like got more
Leaned
shredded
out.
after his exodus from WWE.
I think he controlled his
him
narrative.
and EC3 swapping all sorts of anabolics, probably allegedly.
He's dating Big Back Pose. He got to pick her up.
Oh
bench
yeah,
press
they be
that
definitely popping out 4 sets of 12 squats. Every day is leg day in that household.
thing.
Jesus.
Take this watermelon, squeeze it between your thighs.
And Gallagher
Welcome to
come out the
Splash
closet.
Zone.
Well, I'll help you with that.
Let's smash some fruit.
Yes.
Yeah, that-
Another way. Who would have thought 2 times in this history of this podcast, a wrestling podcast, we worked fucking Gallagher into the episode. I'm gonna make that a goal of mine every week now. Gallagher will.
We're gonna make a Gallagher meme. I might actually try to figure out how to use Gallagher in one of our cover art. Because let's smash some fruit.
Who needs Gallagher when you got big back pose and broad in a watermelon?
Smash some fruit. Like that is what's gonna happen. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, I'm bleeding out my eyes from laughing so hard at fucking big back pose. But speaking of which, I think she's gotten better. So I don't know. Maybe her and Braun have been working together, working out in a different fashion together, and making things happen. So with that said, I'm all for it. But yeah, that wasn't that great of a outing, even though Braun and Free seemed to think it was 18 stars in Tokyo Dome.
47.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I left off too many stars. He will murder me. And I wouldn't have anything to say about it. Other than that, I mean, before we get to the main event, anything else from yeah, well, there's one thing I would like to talk about. Bray had a moment in Saudi.
Oh yeah,
He did exactly
Bray
what you said he
versus
wasn't
Bray.
gonna do. How about this? Dub was wrong about this one.
Oh,
For the
shit,
record,
call him
because
out.
Dub was like, "No way, he'll just come out there and do a promo in Saudi Arabia." Well,
God.
No, Dub. Sometimes, when you're wrong, you got to be wrong.
yeah, man, yeah.
Once every blue moon it happens. But go ahead.
I'm
BA.
just saying,
Have your
I was shocked and appalled when I was like, "Oh, he really had just a promo in Saudi Arabia." Because I was with you, I was sold on that. I was like, "No way, he gonna come over here for that." But we just doing promos and vignettes still with our guy, and that's all. That was the long and short of it. I don't really have much to say about it.
So, BA, we know you're already tapped out. E, how much longer before you're done on the Bray thing? Does he need to wrestle whoever this Uncle Howdy is, or at least see him face to face in the ring?
Okay.
I got 2 more weeks left in me before I'm like, all right.
I don't buy it.
done with this.
All right, let me think. If
Can-
I had to say how long I got, honestly, fucking forever. I don't care. Give me Braun versus Braun mirror match. Braun versus fucking or fucking Braun. Right.
I
I got too excited. I'm thinking about Bray Wyatt versus Uncle Howdy. Bray Wyatt versus Bray Wyatt Jr. Bray Wyatt versus the demon formerly known as Bray Wyatt. I don't fucking care. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to be going against himself. It's cool. It's a very interesting thing because when typically does all the Bray Wyatt shit start to fall apart? Once he gets in the ring. So that's my fear, that they haven't figured out what they're trying to do yet. So fucking slow play this shit to pieces.
I think they know, and I got a big theory about it. It hit me. I was outside doing what I do.
Were you in the shower too?
Nah,
Just
not in the
thinking,
shower.
Oh, Bray Wyatt, we'll wash up. No?
Doing what I do. though. I was outside smoking a blunt, and as I was smoking said blunt, I was
start.
Uncle Howdy. I was watching some some
that's
video
why
on Bray Wyatt, and it hit me. Oh no, I was watching a Wrestling with Regret. Shout out Brian Zane on the best and worst of Bray Wyatt, and it hit me, and I was sitting there like, what? It just hit me like, what is this Uncle Howdy thing really? So I was sitting there like, we'll never probably see Uncle Howdy physically in the ring. What's gonna happen is, per what happened when he first showed up, Bray that is, or showed up back, and the stuff that you were seeing with when they were doing I Got the Whole World song, and his different incarnations of himself. I think those are Uncle Howdy's clan. He's gonna be running these people, And as he's sending them out, that's who Bray's going to be wrestling, or these different things or whatever from Uncle Howdy. Because, and what made me even confirm it, I saw something from Ringside earlier talking about that he still wants to get Bo Dallas back in WWE. So everybody's talking about Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy. If he wants to get him back in WWE, who the fuck is Uncle Howdy?
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 12 million balls.
That's a lot of balls, E. We get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Oh, yeah. So that's where I was like, I don't think that we're going to see physically Uncle Howdy walk out onto the stage and walk down the ramp into a wrestling ring. I think it's going to be things coming at Bray Wyatt that he has to wrestle. And Uncle Howdy's going to be like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain laughing on the screen. And
That was some good weed, wasn't
that
it?
Gary Payton be smacking, boy. No. Them cookies. Shout out to the burner. But no.
Had BA's brain percolating.
Nigga lit up one blunt and was like, hey, what if Bray Wyatt wrestle a pig? And then next week he wrestle a rabbit.
Pig. All that stuff, man.
Then he have an intergender match with Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
With Sister
Alexa
Abigail.
Bliss and Lizzie.
Right. Okay.
And Uncle Howdy's the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And then Bray Wyatt wrestled a Tin Man.
See, this is what happens when you book stuff like this. It is just ingrained in the back of my brain that I don't engage with unless I'm doing things like that. And when it comes out, it just floods my brain like the River Nile, just like. So yeah,
Look,
I was.
I'm not mad at. I'll be honest with you. I'm not mad at that. And as ridiculous as Dub seems to think this is, I don't think you're too off. I want to say that literally maybe they could swing that angle as he's wrestling with his demons. And we seen a little bit of this with our other match being Asuka and Alexa Bliss losing the belts. Once again, the damage control. And then a flicker of Bray Wyatt's symbol.
Mm-hmm. I peeped that in the pre-match little conversation, little backstage interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
something to that.
Again, they're not doing for no reason. Dub, I know you don't like it.
No, I hear you. It's definitely a thing.
Are we switching places, Dub, on this whole angle?
Nothing.
I think like you sound like me right now, man.
Yeah.
You like just
You sound like
you
he's married.
Right, I was about to say. This
Come on, girl. You know I gotta go work in the morning. Butt naked. You sound like
Pop that thing
from
up.
Big Mouth. What's Andrew Gloverman's dad?
Oh,
I don't have time for all this shit.
He's been off
You
the
better
hook
hurry
this
up,
season.
pull your pants off, and let's do this. That's Dub.
Listen, man, I'm just saying. Let's just
See,
get to
oh
the
man,
shits.
this is hilarious. We have literally switched places.
I enjoy a good climactic horror build, so I'm here to just let it build. It's building atmosphere because I don't know what to expect. They did this for quite some time when it actually came to all the shit in the first place, because that's what we were doing, this White Rabbit circle jerk, and now you went and now you have him on TV like almost every week. Yeah, I'm okay. They're building something. They're building a universe. They're building some stuff. Slow play it.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, but sometimes I'm watching certain videos online.
That's why.
And I like
you're
to skip
doing-
ahead.
You're
And then I'm
doing
like, I'm like, oh wait,
Duh.
oh no, she's got 3 dicks in her mouth. Hold on, things happen. Let me rewind a little bit and see what the buildup was to this. Yeah, so this is me being impatient. You're right, 100%. Sometimes I like to fast forward a little bit. Like I need to know where this is going.
My man's loves. Today I learned Dove loves a good storyline. In other news,
yeah, you know. Sometimes I just need to know where it's going. Like, okay, now I know where this is going.
That's
now
the
let's see how we get
Skinamax
there.
upbringing in you coming out.
I don't think I've ever been like speechless. You got me. You got me there. So yeah, with the
That was great.
With the triglycid attack, I had nothing.
The triple.
Oh
the triple
gosh, I went too
glizzy.
far. Whoa. Triple glizzy attack.
Triple glizzy
Like
dog.
Pokemon.
Chicago dog. No.
So E, let me further explain it. So sometimes, you know, you turn on certain videos on the internet,
No. We're going.
and then you know, the girl's dancing and like doing her thing. Like, oh, okay, that's what this is. This might be an okay video. And then you're always like, why is she still dancing? What's going on? And then you click 7 minutes in, and you're like, oh shit, I missed some developments in this video. All right, well, at least I know where it's going. Let me rewind and see what's going on here.
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of where I'm at with Bray. All right, Bray's back.
Cool.
I like the first promo, I like the second promo, I like the third promo. I'm like, all right,
I need
this
some
needs to go
action or
somewhere.
I'm going to the next flick. Like he's sick.
Yeah.
I don't know who's worse, you for doing that or me, because I'm going to just watch. Oh, this is 25 minutes? I'm at minute 3. I'm watching the whole thing. I'm not blinking.
I'm more of a if it's 25, get me to 20. Show me how this all ends.
Get to 20. It's like,
See, BA didn't even watch the first 3 minutes. He just saw the video, decided he liked it. and
Thumbnail,
went straight
20
to
minutes.
Now he's like, all right, well, we had 20 minutes. Let me just watch the last 5.
I just need to see how this is.
game time.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Fourth quarter.
I also need a great storyline. But I gotta watch it to see how it unfolds. That's why I don't watch trailers. That's why I don't like spoilers.
Trailers.
I like to go in blind. And I was like, this is
Man.
Similarly with Bray Wyatt. I'm here. I'm watching it. Let's see where it goes. That's all I got to say about that.
You know, they told me if you kept watching those videos, you'd go blind.
Little
It's
did
not
they
true.
know.
No wonder I've been wearing glasses. I was
Not
in
true.
3rd grade. Anyway.
Right. That BA. I don't see color. I don't see anything.
Right. I have been having some questionable moments with black and blues. So, yes, that would not shock me.
That's called abuse, BA. Go to sleep.
They make hotlines for that BA.
Go to bed. He's aggressive. But other than that, we kind of got all the minute shit out the way. On to the main event. I'm going to go to BA because I need to know. Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. Please just give me something that you just absolutely love. One thing you absolutely loved about this match, if anything. Yeah, I'm not putting in words in your mouth. I just want to.
No, please don't put anything in my mouth. Jesus Christ.
What is going on, guys?
But I'll give you 2 words that
Not
match summed up. I got 2 words for you. Sports entertainment. That match was pure like sports entertainment. Logan Paul gets it more than any celebrity I think has in I want to say the history of the WWE. Like, is that legal to say? Because I don't think anybody with
That's
that
fair.
limited of experience put on that stage and puts on that match and does things like I've never thought he could do. I was impressed, man.
You're right.
It was all the one lucky punch thing. They played that up so good and sold it so well. Roman talking his shit at the end of the match. I live for Roman matches just to hear him talk shit at the end and talk about how this is his shit. I love that, man. And then also the fact that I hate shit on AEW, but the fact that he did that buckshot lariat so smooth, bro. I popped so big for that, man. I was like, oh shit, Adam Page too, Hanger Man, motherfucker. I was talking so much shit. But honestly, I think it goes without saying, match of the night in my eyes. Because from expectation versus what we actually had, but I was a big fan of it. So good, I watched it twice. So yes, great match.
So nice, you watch it twice.
Yes, sir.
Notice how I said, BA, give me one thing, and he proceeded to just tear the walls down of his match and give us everything he could ever.
I couldn't.
Everything he's seen, plus watched it 18 times.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Thank you, BA. So that just goes to show you how good this match was. Dub, you feeling the same as BA, or are you indifferent?
Oh man, I'm not feeling the same as BA at all.
Oh,
Let me hear.
talk.
I love this match even more than BA did, actually.
Didn't know it was possible.
Logan Paul getting the fucking camera phone before jumping through the table. I'm like, I am so sports entertained right now. I love it. That picture that I hope you use as our cover art of Logan Paul jumping off the top rope, looking like a superhero, only to get bitch slapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. The talking at the end, I watched it before my fucking workout yesterday. Roman talking at the end of matches is becoming my new favorite thing about this. That's the best thing about this Roman Reigns is he's giving us new favorite things. Like before it was shit, the matches. And then, the poses and the shit with Sammy. Now he's working on his facial work and like the shit talking after the matches and everything like that. Like he's on another level. He's on God mode right now. This shit's just so great. It's just so great.
Yeah, guys. You're not wrong. I think they did the best thing possible in several ways. And it was like you set 3 different goals and they all kind of came and collided at the same time. And it was like, how can you hate it? How can you not appreciate what's right before your eyes? They said it at Saudi Arabia. So it wasn't like, hey, this is just one-off on SmackDown somewhere like Matt Riddle, and you're like, how the fuck would that happen here at SmackDown versus Roman Reigns? That's crazy. Or it wasn't at WrestleMania like him and Brock for the 88th time, where it's like, okay, hold up, Logan Paul is on match 3, he should definitely not be in this spot. It was kind of just like, hey, this is a weird thing. We've seen wonky things happen before at Crown Jewel. Why not? We're just along for the ride, right? Also, the fact that they did, like you said, BA, they sold the one lucky punch, the knockout power, even though Logan Paul is like 0-7 in his boxing career. This is not Jake Paul. I know we all think the Steves and the white folks look alike, but those are 2 different people. Like Logan, Jake. Vastly different. One is knocking out fucking MMA fighters left and right.
Yes, he is.
One is doing other stuff. He's doing a podcast and things
and
like
YouTube.
that. So
at least he's not scamming people on YouTube anymore. We can at least say that. At least
I would say I'm trying to be positive, man. I'm staying away from any Logan Paul hate because he did such a good job. It's like, hey, I got no bad words for him. So the look, he came out, he looks like a superstar. So this is the thing. When you said that is Logan Paul the best like celebrity outside of sports entertainment, outside of wrestling, to come in and do the damn thing? Yes. And I will say this, the closest thing that we had prior to, which I was like, oh, they're neck and neck, was Bad Bunny. Mm-hmm. The difference being Bad Bunny loves wrestling. Logan Paul looks the part and can do the wrestling. That's like Bad Bunny just doesn't look like a wrestler, but he can wrestle. He can go.
Right.
They gave him the opportunity to go. Logan Paul looks like he could be a full-time superstar. Maybe not like the top guy, but he could be a mid-card guy that gets a title shot.
Yeah,
and that's what sells it for, because it's like, oh, he looks like he can go. He's a big dude. He's lanky. He has the size. He got the build, the abs. He looks kind of shredded. Like, okay, that's nice. But then, like you said, motherfucker 6'8". No, he's not 6'8", but he's tall and lanky as shit.
Yeah.
Hitting with a buckshot lariat. He's tall as shit, doing all these fucking inverted dives and shit. I was like, oh, okay. Respect. This would be the Tokyo Dome explosion that Braun Strowman thought his was.
Correct.
I was like, oh, shit. Because the thing is, you don't know what to expect from Logan Paul because this is his third match. And it's like, oh, I didn't even know what was going to happen. I'm loving this. And he keeps busting out more shit. And because he doesn't really he's not really a wrestler, he pretty much has permission to do whatever. And we're just like, oh, we're not like, oh man, why would he do that? He too big or he too small to do that. We're like, oh, he can do that? Like, we just don't even know his fucking skill set. That's like if you playing the game and you just push the trigger. You never push the trigger. Oh shit, that's what that do? That's a grenade? Oh, this game is totally different now.
All these motherfuckers.
Shit.
Yeah, we only got 3.
Like,
fuck. No, never mind.
Right. Oh shit, gotta wait till it respawn. But that's what I'm saying. It's such a different level that we're able to watch. Not to mention Roman Reigns being the level that he's on now, where he's fully believable. He's always been a good sell, and I think that was what his job was before, just getting his ass beat and selling, getting his ass beat. Now you're able to see like him kind of play around with the crowd. He'll be down, he can be up, he can slap you down, he can take the bumps, but ultimately you know what's going to happen. And I think they did a great job. My only critique, and this is so minor, Logan Paul did outstanding. His brother and cronies did not. They were terrible. Yeah. I was like, what was that? Like, did you not even try to sell this super kick? I was amazed that the Usos were allowed to be in Saudi Arabia. They made it. You were wrong again, Dub. Remember you said that? I remember that. Dub once said this episode should be called Dub Was Wrong. Crown Jewel edition. It was just, I was like, wow, this is, the Usos are there? I was like, oh, okay, oh shit. We knew Sammy wasn't going to be there. No. That was a gimme. But
can we talk about how Sammy got a chant in the middle of Saudi Arabia?
I did hear that. I forgot about that, Dub.
He's so Andre Uce gets the juice. He's so Uzi right now. So Uzi.
So Uzi, they trademarked the shit.
He's over in a country that if he visited, he might get killed.
Hey, first they love me, then they hate me, then they love me again. There's a whole bar for everything.
Everything is wrestling.
I'm just saying, but yeah, I was amazed. And when his co-host cronies came out and they terribly took those super kicks, I was like, oh, okay, this is the part I don't like. Then his brother came out and I was like, oh, Jake thinks he understands it, but he doesn't. So he's doing this stuff. Oh, look at my punch. I was like, okay, you actually could knock it out, but I don't like his performance. It was like, you think you understand. It's one of those people that watch and think they get it, but you gotta actually be out there. Exactly, because it's a big thing. And I think Logan understands the difference between cheesy and like getting the crowd on his side, because the crowd is on your side just because you can work. And we're watching Jake Paul with this wide ass stance. Like, yeah, you can't box either. Like, you can hit, but I don't think you can box.
Oh man, he got like in a Street Fighter stance. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like, you're hamming it up too much. You should be doing
correct.
Some rant.
Almost making fun of it. Almost making fun of it, I felt like.
That's what it felt like. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I wish Solo would just fucking super kick his face off. And that was the thing. So, but I did like the brotherly love at the end. And like you said, Roman talking his shit is like, I think he knows. He watches the internets. He's seen how the reaction he got like the last few times where he was talking shit and how that worked. This time he really sold the jaw how he's kind of dizzy. The punch really dazed him, but he never take this from me. Y'all ain't never. He just talking. I'm just trying what you. I was like, oh yeah, he's on it now. It's like sometimes, and Dub, you've been a witness to this. I'm gonna wrap this, but you remember there was a Halloween party in college, and I happened to be Tyrone Biggums. This was great. The costume alone was incredible,
great.
Right?
I bet. I could only imagine.
The character, I got lost in the character. I stayed in character Tyrone Biggums from the moment we actually got dressed, which was about 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. to about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was, what's crack? Oh, baby. Hey, Joe Rogan. And I couldn't stop. And I, like, some point, like, you're performing, and then you do it for so long, it's just is you. So I'm just, as people are responding, saying stuff to me, I'm just responding in Tyrone without even thinking about some of the automated phrases I have. And that's where Roman is now. He's so good that now he actually believes the heel character that he is. And it's just like he's just doing shit automatically. His body just knows the bravado, the swag he needs to do, the kind of the pauses, the deep pauses when he's about to hold up the titles, how he has to talk to the wise man, all the shit. It is completely like automated within his, it's like breathing at this point. And that for me is what is really golden. So I think he brought it home. Logan Paul did his part as a fantastic dance partner, surprising people, earning his respect, and then no kayfabe tearing all the bones in his leg. Crazy. All the muscles, the tendons. Crazy. And I was like, damn, that goes to show you The Rock ain't the only one. Like, it ain't because you're old. Wrestling is a harsh-ass business, so it will beat your ass. But
100%.
Thank you for enjoying the crowd, or entertaining the crowd.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 12 million balls.
That's a lot of balls, E. We get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Oh, yeah. I have to say one thing about your Roman take, E-Ray. Roman is so good right now, and I've heard a couple wrestlers say it, is they say it's just because it's Joe being himself, just taken to the 10th level, because we've said it in the past. The best gimmicks that get over are people that are being themselves, just extreme versions of themselves.
Absolutely.
So I think, and he's just furthermore, ever since like this whole like bloodline and he things started, he's just more and more just figuring out ways that he can pour himself into this gimmick to put it more over. And then on top of that, with the whole just Roman thing, I had another thought, but it went away. But yes, Roman, as far as him being over and all that stuff, it's ridiculous. He's amazing. We can move on from this now if we're ready.
I just think, I think he just, like, honestly, I don't think he's trying. I think because it is him, or at least pieces of him. It just comes out naturally, and I don't think he's like, oh, I got to do this. It's like sometimes the other stuff they were feeding him was so not, and it was like, oh, we don't know what character we want you to be, and we always heard in the back of the locker room, oh my gosh, Joe's so funny. You know, he's so this, he's so good, charismatic. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. But now we're getting to see the inner workings because you get comfortable. And once you're comfortable in what you're doing, like I said, when you find a character and the character's working, then it just, you exude that character. So whether it is more Joe which I don't know if that's true or not, or whether it's just he found a comfortable spot for that Roman character and now he can just create on the fly. Either way, it's working, and that's why this is going on 3 years of
3 years, yeah.
domination from the first time he was there. Think about that character, and it was a lot like Bray Wyatt. We were like, okay, where's this going? He has a segment every week. Okay, this is cool, this is funny. Ooh, I don't know, this might be a little misstep, and it just kept going. So again, if you trust the process, we're 3 years later, and it's still developing into better and better stuff. So, hey, sometimes you gotta just let it be, and we're seeing now, especially with Triple H at the helm. So I'm excited. I thought that match was fantastic, and for me, if Crown Jewel was just this match, I've been fine. I didn't really need that other shit. Just
because none of it was like blow-offs.
Roman Reigns.
None of it was technical blow-offs. I don't think there was anything ended at this.
They tried to end it, but it just didn't feel like it because I guess for lack of better word, the presentation of Crown Jewel was much better, but the actual execution still had a lot to be desired, or left a lot to be desired. To say that.
I think that's by design, though. In all honesty, just because of it being in Saudi, they don't want stuff to end over there. I'm assuming, just because of the fact that, like, I don't know. This could be just complete bullshit, but I'd imagine that they want stuff.
I think it's bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit.
I'm just thinking because think about it. There's nothing has defended. They over the years since they've been doing this is version 6 or 7 or whatever the fuck. They have been it's been either gimmick shit to just get the crowd to pop over there, or it's just matches that people want to see, but there's no like real means to the end of whatever's happening. So that's why I think that's all by design, is why I say why. I don't exactly know. But
I think before there would be much more merit to that sentiment in prior years. This year, and like with Triple H at the helm, I disagree. Just because, again, right now, he's making this a part of the conversation. So this is like Crown Jewel. They actually were still working shit in from the show. Before, it was like, oh, this is just some random shit. Guess what? DX is back.
Yeah.
X chopping Undertaker. What? Why?
I get what
and it was
you're
just
saying.
so confusing. Now it's like, oh no.
They were like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
why.
instead of here's the Elimination Chamber and blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, no, Crown Jewel is a part of the rotation now. And whatever storylines were being built, even though we won't put, like, that's where they can get away with some very gimmicky stuff. Excuse me. They're going to put that in there. And that's why I was like, even though it didn't hit, I think maybe next year, because I don't know how long they still have on this deal, but maybe next year we'll start seeing it integrated even more, because that will give Triple H a whole year of a planning schedule.
Yeah, we usually have 2 Saudi visits a year, right? It's Crown Jewel and then like the Greatest Royal Rumble or some shit like that, or now it's Elimination Chamber is
been,
the
like, the past
official,
2 years.
Really?
official.
Yeah.
It was there last year. Only reason why I remember that was my
Yeah,
first
like-
show on the pod was the Elimination Chamber, aka the Chobani Chamber. Was
You never forget your first, right? BA?
fortunately and fortunately, depending on what we're talking about. But yes, big facts.
All the time, BA. Party all the time.
We definitely can't get into that on this show.
And we won't.
No, we will
So,
not.
with that said, Crown Jewel is over, but we got another place to go. Dub,
Got a lot of
Take us
places to
there.
go. All right, guys. So, do you guys hear that Austin Theory cashed in his Money
Oh
in the
my
Bank
God.
on Monday?
I've
You guys
heard
hear it? You guys
entirely
hear
too
about
much.
this? No? Not on your tribal chief. No. Don't worry. Your tribal chief still has both of those belts, and he is chilling. He tried to cash it in on Seth freaking
During
Rollins.
an open challenge.
try.
and was unsuccessful, making him, by my count, the 4th unsuccessful.
I think the worst,
cash.
honestly, bro.
Damian
Oh,
Sandow,
I forgot about him.
John Cena. Help me out with the other two, E-Ray. Austin Theory is the
Otis.
third. And then
He
Otis
lost.
never cashed in.
He just,
briefcase.
but
Yeah,
I
Baron
was Baron
Corbin,
Corbin,
yeah.
but I also
Baron Corbin
I
was-
count Otis because he had the thing and he did not win the championship, making it unsuccessful.
True, he should count. He should count as an
No,
L.
well, it wasn't an unsuccessful cash in. No, they just took it off of him because they never should have put it on him in the
He
first
just
place.
got it because he was
Counts.
his Lamanda thing, right? To keep that relevant. Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Shout out
he
to
got it
Lamanda.
because the pandemic
We're
was
fans.
happening, and they were like, "Let's throw people off the world."
Yeah, that was
And he
wild.
was like,
Of course, they
Well,
picked
I'll-
Rey
I'll get
Mysterio,
it.
the only minority involved. Let's throw him off the building first. So terrible.
Dominic.
Oh man.
So, BA, give me your thoughts on the cash-in attempt. First of all, what do you
I
think?
kind
What
of
do you think?
alluded to it when you were leading into this dub. Cashing in during an open challenge, like why trips? Like that was a big weird, like it's a little weird of a misstep. I've seen some theories, no pun intended, on Twitter.
No, full pun intended. Full pun intended. This is the theory.
Yes, the theory of
Austin
the
Theory.
theories. So they
That
were
was
saying
not
like he
the
was doing this to try to make him look like stronger somehow. And I kind of bought it. I'd have to go hunt the tweet down, but it was like they're trying to say like they did this to make Austin Theory kind of like battle his like triumphant like return from this state. This means something because of how down bad he is, and he's got nowhere to go but up type deal. So that's like the only excuse I could see behind this weird booking of the Money in the Bank briefcase. But yeah, it's weird.
I'll say this: there might be something to that because, and bad example, but good situation. And if you recall, who else did that happen to? Bum ass Baron Corbin. He cashed in, lost, started losing, lost all his money, lost his wife, had spaghetti stains on his wrestling gear.
Stop shaving his head.
After the
Crazy.
Constable Corbin, he was just bum ass Baron Corbin. But then he had to bounce back, but he bounced back in the heel way where he didn't work hard or anything. He just won the lottery, and that changed his fortune. He was such a dick, and he was just being, and again, his fortune's changed, so he was able to be on TV. Now he's backed by JBL. So there is a something to that where Austin Theory, there was a sentiment that, hey, he's been handed everything. He was handpicked by Vince McMahon. He was a Vince guy, and he was getting shoved to the moon. And now to have him take all that away, this is the move. You take all that away from him, and now you got him building back up where he gets to just work hard, just like Kevin Owens was telling him in the ring when he shat on him and destroyed him. He told him, you've been handed everything. Everybody told him, Daddy's not here no more. Now what you gonna do? So again, the last remnant of that is him having the Money in the Bank. They could have had him go against Roman and Roman just smack the shit out of him and take it off. But they're also using the same psychology to say, what? We don't always just have to go after the main title. This would be about any title. And guess what we're doing? We're building the prestige of those mid-card belts. So they're trying to do two things here. And I see it. I'm not mad at it. It's a little jarring because this is the first time we're actually seeing something like this. And we're like, wait, what? I would have preferred so much more if he would have went after the NXT belt and won it or not. Either way, I would have been.
You won't hesitate at a chance to book Braun Breaker.
I've been doing it for so long now. It's like breathing. It's automatic.
I also wanted to make a point before Dub takes the mic. I think Trips is giving him a little bit of his own medicine that he had to get when he was coming up after he got in trouble for all the curtain call stuff with the Click.
Yep.
Triple H got buried as we remember at WrestleMania 12 by the Ultimate Warrior and like
the King of the Ring.
Yeah,
he was supposed to win the King of the Ring,
correct,
and ended up losing first round to Jake the Snake, and then history goes from there.
Right,
where the Austin 316 promo that lives in infamy
cut off
there. Can you imagine if that was not Austin 316? If that was fucking Triple H
or
SZA
or Jake the Snake 316 somehow, because that's what he beat that match.
All right, I just bit your ass. Like, I don't know.
I think Trips is giving him like, hey man, I know Pops-in-law loved you and gave you the world without earning it, but you got to earn your keep here, brother. So I think I think Theory's here for it. I think he's cool with it. I don't hear or see anything about him complaining about his booking. I think he understood he got the rocket strapped on him for no reason, but he wasn't gonna say nothing. And who would? Like, shit, like, you gonna give me all the things, boss man? Sure, give me all the things, boss man. So
well, you got to remember, Theory was here for like the whole pandemic. He got called up from what, FTW or Evolve, whatever. And then he was like, okay, he's on NXT for a split second. Then he gets called up to some type of stable where he was like with Zelina and them and the Los Lotharios. Then he gets ripped out of there. Then he goes back down to NXT. Then he becomes like the stupid version of Austin Theory. I'm an idiot. And he joins The Way. And they have a great run. Then he gets called back up to NXT to be a part of Brother Rollins and that crew. So he just bounced all around. And he kind of survived that shenanigan. Like, he went from group to group to group. Then it was like, okay, now we're rebuilding him as the hand-picked guy from Vince McMahon. So if you can survive all that shenanigans, I think he's fine with it, because he's like, I'm only like 24.
Correct.
He was like, whatever. I'm just happy to be employed. I'm making money.
Right.
And I look good, and I like to wrestle. So I think that's his thing. He's been showing that he's good at whatever they give him. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't think Triple H is trying to like make him earn his way or anything. I think he's like, let's go in a different direction, and this is going to make you a bigger star, because this is the way I see building you properly. Because Vince has his archaic way, that you know, give him that super heat, the Constable Corbin heat. He's like, no, we don't have to do that. We can do it this way, and I think that's all it is.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Like, Triple H is like, yo, you're a star, and I've known that since you were in Evolve, and WrestleMania in 2 or 3 years is going to be you versus Braun Breaker for the title.
Should be Mellow.
Let's be honest.
Book it now.
Let's be honest. But for me to build you the way I know to build you, I have to destroy you first. I have to destroy you.
We must
build you
destroy
back
him.
up.
Give me your soul. Give your soul to me.
And Austin Theory, just being the worker he is like, all right, boss, whatever you gotta do, destroy me. And then he's gonna build him back up, and then, like I said, 2 or 3 years from now, Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, world title, every pay-per-view, every single pay-per-view. And then, you know, they'll be on the Waller effect on Monday Night Raw, and then they'll probably have to fight, I don't know, Veer or something, or Neanderthal Jones. I mean, Von Wagner.
What?
So yeah,
It's Neanderthal.
I like, for the cash in, like, I kind of wish he did go after Roman just to put him in that spot real quick, just to see what he could do. You know, I feel like that briefcase is a good spot for like a guy. Like, if you're not gonna give it to him now, let's see what he can do when you put him in a spot. Let's just see what he got, and, you know, and just kind of ring the audience's bell of, hey, this is the guy at some point. Just not
like
now.
to deal with Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Exactly.
I would have liked to see that as well. Or, like I said, put him against Braun Breaker, and just like, even if he doesn't win it, have somebody like Mello cost him and just to get the belt off. But it would have been a far better match. Just end up making it a triple threat or something. I don't know. Anything that could have been a little bit more imaginable than that. I think that was a little bit of a quick pull, which I just didn't. It just doesn't leave a good taste in our mouths. Let's say that, because we would have wanted better. We would have booked that a little bit better. That's what we do. We're here at Let Me Book the Territory. It's kind of what we do, guys. Triple H, I know you need some good guys to trust. I know Road Dogg isn't the same guy anymore. He thinks he's better than Bret Hart. Hey, we're here. We're ready to sell out at any moment. If you haven't listened to the beginning of the pod, there's proof. There is proof. We are selling out. Corporate book. The Territory is coming.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 12 million balls.
That's a lot of balls, E. We get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Oh, yeah.
The corporate championship is on the way, baby. That's all I want to say about that. But as we were just talking, I don't think anything else too exciting happened on Raw. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Let me too sweet you right there, buddy. Let me too sweet you
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Mia Yim made her return to WWE as the newest member of the club.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. All right.
That's all I see.
As she joins forces with AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson to be the equalizer because they don't want to put their hands on a woman. BA, what were your thoughts when Mia Yim came back, kendo stick, blue hair? Like, what up, though?
The inappropriate side of me popped, but
No.
the wrestling side of me, I didn't.
Please.
It was just kind of like, this is
pop.
kind of random, man. I'm gonna be more the anti here. It was cool to see her back, but it was just kind of like, all right, cool, Mia Yim. Let's just have you fight Rhea Ripley randomly, even though you've never been affiliated with Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, or AJ Styles ever. So
Wait a second. BA, you're a bit wrong here.
correct me, E-Ray.
Okay. Mia Yim is married
Keith
Am I
Lee.
wrong?
I think they're just together.
to Keith
Yes.
Lee.
Yeah.
Betrothed, engaged. I don't know. I don't know the status.
They're married.
Married to Keith Lee. Carl Anderson has what? A hot Asian wife.
Hot
Mia
Asian
Yim
wife.
is what?
A hot Asian wife.
A hot Asian wife.
Bruh, it writes itself. Come on, BA. This is long form storytelling, baby.
Are we going back to these movies we were talking about earlier? Because I feel like that's the only direction this scenario can lead to. I don't really see a blow off match. I see something else getting blown off, but
Well, when Mia Yim gets pinned by Rhea and she says, "Who's your poppy?"
no.
I'm done. I'm turning the TV off. I'm walking away, and I'm like, I'm going to sleep. My girl's like, "What are you doing? Leave me alone, damn it!"
I was trying to get that over on
I'm
Twitter.
ready.
Everybody was just like, just go get an Eddie Guerrero shirt. I'm like, it's not the same.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Some people got it.
That's the only thing I got for you.
BA was in a dark
Right.
room like, it's not the same.
But
Listen,
that's all I got for you. That's my only connection. But yes, BA, I'm with you. If not for that dark connection there, I don't understand it. Not only do I not understand it, I don't think think that's an equalizer. I'm just keep it real.
Rhea's a monster, dude.
Right. She is like, maybe if you wanted to equalize like Dominic, like sure, okay, cool.
Dominic
Take
still
him
gets
down.
no respect. I was gonna say he doesn't bother me as much in the Judgment Day anymore, man. He really don't irk me as
He
much.
doesn't doing his
No,
moves.
I can't stand the shimmy. The Eddie shimmy is annoying. Period.
I think you're being worked here.
Oh, I see. Because he's a heel. He's doing it to annoy everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about just in general. I think people
he's
do it too
over
much. Like, we get it, dude. I love Eddie more than anybody. Like, we get it. Like,
Do you? More than his own family?
no, sorry. I'm sure Vicky and Chavo
I love
and
more-
the crew might have something different to say about it. But,
No, E-Ray was talking about Dominic.
oh yes, his dad, quote unquote, his son.
Bobby.
Facts.
What?
E-Ray's about to die
Oh
this
my
episode.
God.
from
It's
laughter.
coming.
But
He just got saved from the Atlantans, and
Yep.
now he's about
thanks,
to die.
guys.
Sending him
Guys
right
are
back.
wrecked.
No problem.
But
No problem.
I don't know. I agree. I just don't see it. Like, it's cool, just a great way to work her in. But yeah, there's no affiliation with the club, at least not that I'm aware of. There is no affiliation to Carl Anderson. Well, Luke Gallows or AJ Styles. There's a bit of a connection, very loosely connected with Carl Anderson. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I guess, cool, whatever. So yeah, I didn't pop for it. My one thing is that I'm excited for is because it's highly possible that with this we get back. Sorry, not Bearcat. Keith Lee.
At some point, I think Tony had them dudes sign like 10-year contracts the way he be making it sound.
Yeah, but I think when
Hell yeah,
when
man. Suge Knight in the
when
building.
you're the E, you got it. They like, look, break your contract. That's what Tony goes. Stop talking to my guys. No one's leaving. No one's leaving me. And everybody's like, okay, bro.
Right.
You already see the elite just getting snapped out of existence. What if they just popped up on WWE?
Oh man,
That shit would be.
The
internet would explode.
The internet
TK would be on
explode.
suicide watch. Somebody would have to have eyes on that man at all times. He might hurt himself.
If the elite showed up in WWE, I would call off work the next day just to sit on
Same.
Twitter all day.
Same.
Omega and the Young Bucks appeared on WWE programming, and they come in like the freaking Hardys, get a pop and win the belts off of the Usos and take it to stop them from winning and stop them from having the longest reign ever. My soul would leave my body. It would just ascend straight into heaven. And then God would be like, get your ass back down here. I'm like, okay, Lord.
Could you imagine if they said that Roman was going to have a mystery opponent one night and they said, and his opponent from North Carolina?
Telling you, the rocket that was. It would be crazy, like pandemonium. It would be crazier, dare I say, than when that fucking music hit and we were waiting and we're like, oh, Seth Rollins is going against who? There's more than one royal family. At WrestleMania, my brain exploded and I was like,
It's happening.
oh my God, something's happening. So yeah, it would be incredible. So let's stop fantasy booking that because we know that never happened. But
Speaking of AEW, guys, has your coked out cousin Tony Khan convinced you to pay your hard earned money for Full Gear? Because it happens a week from Sunday.
Bruh.
me.
Oof. Oof. The crickets.
I don't want to rip on this. I'm so sick of ripping on AEW, man. I feel like it's just
Don't do it then. Don't fall into the trap.
I don't want to.
Dub just laid it there.
When Dub just lays it up there, man, I'm just like, fuck. I can't say nothing because it's gonna be no positivity, man.
We believe in you, B.
I mean, I guess I'll take the lead, man, and I'll try to be as mean to Tony as possible as I can, but I can't make no promises. To answer your question, Dub, does this make me want to pull out my debit card or credit card to say, here, Bleacher Report, here's my money? Absolutely not. Especially because I'm worried on what's gonna happen with this Mox and MJF match. I feel like they're gonna
Expound
it's
upon
gonna.
it.
I feel like they're gonna botch the landing here somehow, man. And I'm not talking about botchamania. Shout out to y'all. I am the table. But I'm worried that somehow, some way, this is not gonna end the way that it should, which is, MJF winning. Yeah, or even if he does win, it won't be in the way he should win. I'm just worried about this not, and I guess that's a reason to watch it, because it's like, why everybody wants to see the world burn, right? So that's kind of like the only buy-in I have as the brothers nod yes. That's like the only real reason I would want to see this, is to see just it all go up in flames and Twitter go crazy, which is going to for some sort of reason or another. So yeah, I don't, especially this last Dynamites and Dynamites the week past, or the past few weeks, it does not make me want to buy this. It's kind of, I feel like there's no rhyme or reason to a lot of the booking decisions I'm seeing, and that's saying a lot because there's never been any rhyme or reason to most of the booking decisions, especially since Punk left, and I feel like his booking was the only sensical stuff that I saw on that show. So it's really hard to watch AEW and be positive and stay engaged with it, to be completely honest.
So, Ira, I'm gonna ask you about a couple of matches, and just tell me if you care or don't care.
Rapid fire. Let's go.
Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter, world title.
I care. I'm a hater. I'm a hater guy.
Same. Acclaimed versus FTR, tag titles.
Not really. Sadly enough, I kind of care.
I'm here for FTR. I always, forever,
Sure, yeah.
Living Legends. Love that theme song. Love that shit. Great.
It's such a
Great to get on the
great
treadmill
theme song.
too. Get it going. Get them legs warmed up. For the treadmill. For the treadmill. Not
Okay.
That's why I warm my legs up.
We'll
Okay,
say quasi
okay,
care.
okay.
Okay. But I love the Acclaim. Everybody loves
All
the
right.
Acclaim.
4-way match: Jericho versus Danielson versus Claudio versus Sammy, Ring of Honor title. I don't know how they got here and booked this match, but okay.
I don't care now, but I'll care if I watch the card. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Jada versus Nyla, TBS title.
Oddly enough, I kind of care because they've been doing great work on TV. And Nyla coming out eating chips and rubbing her fingers on the TBS title is fucking incredible. Nyla Rose's promo work is underrated. If you guys have not seen some of the shit she's done, those have been some of my favorite segments besides Willow Nightingale. It's definitely Nyla Rose just doing random shit with Jade's title. So
She is hilarious. All right, last match I'm going to ask you about. Sting and Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal
not even.
and Jeff Jarrett.
Not even if there's a fire. Even if I was abducted by aliens and they were like, but they were in my brain and they were like, you have to watch this. I knew what they were saying because they just in my brain. It was like, watch this and we'll release you, or we're gonna just keep you in like Hellraiser probe you. And I was like, just bring it on, Cenobites. I got nothing for this. I am not
what do you want to see less? Do you want to see less Sting no-sell wrestlers who are 30 years younger than him? Or do you want to see less Jeff Jarrett hit another person with a guitar?
Well, see, this is not the question you asked, but this is the way I choose to answer it. I would like to see less Sting and Jeff Jarrett. I'd like to see less of them, period. Like, can I just blink Jeff Jarrett out of existence? Him wearing his Under Armour and about to attack some random. Nobody wraps me up.
Yo.
That was awful.
Yo.
You're going to blink Jeff Jarrett out of existence? Jeff Jarrett has wrestled in NWA, WWE, and AEW this year. That man is a professional at getting a check at all costs.
So he's a bigger sellout than us?
Facts. The biggest. Yeah. We're taking notes in all honesty. But I gotta say, E-Ray, you brought up Jeff Jarrett's attire. I tweeted this out yesterday, man. He is like, if anyone's familiar with the Halloween franchise, there's a Halloween movie where there's a man named the Man in Black. And he dresses exactly like how Jeff Jarrett dresses currently. And it bothers me. And I had to
I wish that instead of him dressing like the Man in Black, because that also could be a reference to The Stand, shout out to Stephen King.
Great
I wish
and book.
That he dressed more like Joe Grizzly, bitch. another great franchise member of Halloween. I'm Joe Grizzly.
Oh man, shout out to Kid
hold
4A.
up now. Right.
Kid 4A.
I'm in the bathroom. Oh, got a bean burrito talking back.
Black All-Star. Black Horror All-Stars. Kid 4A. Yeah.
I love it. No more Jeff Jarrett. Get him out of here.
I've had enough. I've had enough. He reminds me of WCW 2000 and TNA anytime I see him, man. Especially with the stuff he's doing, which is the same stuff he was doing 20 years ago. Yeah, man.
I was like, shit.
It irks my soul, bro. That's why I didn't even bring it up, because it's I'm just like, why? Like, why? Why, Tony? Yeah, why is he here? Like, why are you doing this?
If Satnam Singh and and everyone else can't get over Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett ain't gonna be the one to do it. You just gotta cut ties and let him free, because this ain't working. Like Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, Jeff Jarrett, like just you know what we want. Turn him back into Black Machismo and let him loose, or make him Ric Flair again. Either way, right?
Yeah, Black Flair.
And he'd be really worried about the TNA comparisons. I'm just like, you might as well do it. This shit, when they have those dudes together,
make America Flair again.
Nah,
that's
man.
what I need.
I don't want to see Ric Flair anymore.
Woo! No, not Ric Flair.
I'll take the Jay Lethal. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Absolutely. Woo! I'm here for that.
Off.
But woo! You know though, that'll Rick is like he's like pests, like
he's
roaches.
Like Brock Lesnar with black champions.
Exactly, but worse than Brock Lesnar.
Somebody wooing.
Ric Flair will do anything for that bag, anything.
Woo!
To the point where it's just like every time I see something where Ric Flair says something on Twitter, I make a point. Every time I see it, I just say, "Go home, Rick." Every time I see it, go home, Rick, because he just needs to stop, man.
He's doing He has a radio commercial now for like gas station Viagra.
Gas station Viagra.
It's called Magic Mountain.
Oh, so he's selling out to taking notes.
Oh, Rick been selling out. Rick got like a whole strain of weed and all sorts of crazy stuff. This is easy.
That's just a smart investment.
Well, yeah.
Rick was doing the general commercials before Shaq.
Some car lot commercial where he kept on. He was like the employee of the month.
General now. Woo!
Tax preparation. Oh yeah. Whoever signed the check, Ric Flair is there.
I don't blame him. Sell out all star.
Just sit down, Rick, man. Let's go home, bro. Keep your legacy intact.
Guys, here we go. One last thing about this match. In an effort to get it back to DraftKings, how many guitar shots does Darby Allin take in this match?
That, dude.
Over under 2. I'm going over.
He's only got how many guitars he gonna bring to the ring? Shit. Fuck.
hopefully enough to put Darby Allin out for an extended period of time because I think he needs it. He's been getting thrown.
Can
off
we
things
talk
for
about
4 years
fake
straight.
Sting for a second? Like, we remember that?
Bing?
No, remember?
Talking about 2 weeks ago on Dynamite when you were like, oh, it's about to be a huge reveal when really it was just, what's his name? 2 Stack Dimes, who's now in the factory or something.
God, can we not talk about the factory or the Nightmare Collective or the QT Marshall and Companies or
QT
oh
Marshall.
my
QT
God.
Marshall.
Or the Trust Busters or any of
Wait, the Trust Busters
Yes.
are still a thing?
Sonny Kiss still reps
or the
the
United
Trustbusters.
Nations or whoever else. AEW has 85 generic ass factions. I just rattled them off, and I don't know not one nigga in each of them.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 12 million balls.
That's a lot of balls, E. We get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Oh, yeah.
I can name you 3 people in all.
You turn on AEW, you're like, why is this African prince walking Brian Cage in the ring? What's going on here?
Problematic and ridiculous.
I think you scammed my grandmama.
Right,
out of some
exactly.
money.
He's definitely the Nigerian
Brian
trying
Cage answered that email. That's what happened.
Yep, he clicked on the link. He clicked on the
Yeah,
link.
well, look, you're gonna have to be my valet until you work that money off.
What the hell happened to
I got
Jinko Jeans?
3 more
Brian
years
Cage?
of indentured servitude. Brian.
But the reason I bring up
Oh,
fake
okay.
Sting was because they made such a big deal of saying who it was, and everybody was like, "Who the fuck is that? Like, why are you making it's
Steve number 7.
It's Steve. It's Steve.
I was gonna say,
It's Steve.
I
from
dare.
the factory. The one that make more Steves.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
guys,
I dare one of y'all to name a member of the Trustbusters that's not named Sonny Kiss. Go. Who could do it?
Parker Bordeaux.
Oh
is he
yeah, he
still in it?
was in it. Damn it. He's the only other person I knew of.
I got nothing.
Yeah, good job.
I
Dub.
I
Dub
got
answered
nothing.
the bell.
But you know, Dub.
Only reason why I remember is because that whole like faction is so weird. Sonny Kiss, Parker Bordeaux,
There you
Arya
go.
Davari.
Oh my gosh! If I gotta
And then
see,
that guy who dresses like Jamie from Malibu's Most Wanted. Like, I'm like, what the
if I
fuck
gotta
is
watch
this?
Ari Davari come on my TV and try to purchase a championship, how many times have we seen the Persian Prince guy trying to just purchase shit and like, all right, this trope is disgusting. Like,
That
this is who
whole
should be
faction.
apologizing. AEW.
I was about to say, bro.
Tony Khan should not be able to do any more wrestling until he meets these conditions
Facts.
in order to stop disrespecting all people.
And apologizes to his own
Stop
people.
booking stuff
Yes.
like this. Like, why do you have
Sorry,
this
guys.
African like king dude with you? Why is this guy like this Persian guy just buying stuff and like trying to sell it in the store like he in the hood? This is ridiculous. Stop it.
Ain't it though? Nuts. But okay, with that said, we got a brief couple minutes here. So let's
God.
hit it hard and hit it fast. NXT. How do you want to do this?
You wanna talk
Can,
about how
can we
it's
not?
right
Can we
again?
try
Let's
not to
talk
stay
about
on
how-
Von Wagner because we won't stop talking about him if we talk about him.
You're right. So let's go with this. Von Wagner got all the smoke from me last week. Neanderthal versus Braun Breaker, the Neanderthal. They are both dry as paint, boring as shit, and I just don't enjoy it. But hey, to each his own. There's a few frees out there, so there's some people that like that shit.
Free
just ain't me.
Free could not have liked that Grayson Waller effect bit. Von Wagner was so bad on the mic, bro. I'm like, dude, he needs a hand. He needs that person to talk for him.
Listen here,
his voice sucks.
My brows are skinned.
He needs somebody to talk for him, and then he has somebody. He told that guy to shut up.
That bothers me.
No,
shut up.
You need that guy. This. No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, out of that whole terrible promo segment, the only person that survived and came out great was Grayson Waller. It was incredible. Good job. Great job, Grayson. Great job.
Under that umbrella.
They're about to fight, and he just goes there and pulls out his phone, and he's just dancing in the background. Like,
he's talking about world star. I'm like, this guy gets it.
Yeah.
This guy gets it.
It was great.
E-Ray, how'd you feel about the barbershop segment?
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It was fine. I'm not gonna.
Well, of course, we just saw a Waller effect with Von Wagner.
Well, no. I mean, it wasn't.
The bar was pretty
I'm
low.
gonna say it wasn't the worst barbershop segment because the first few they had were full of white people. Ain't no white people in my barbershop. If it's some white folks in my barbershop, I got the wrong barbershop.
I can't stand the random chicks just hanging out in the barbershop. Like, that happens nowhere.
You know them setties sitting there at the barbershop ready to get slid. What you know about this BA? They usually come in there with their son, like, go ahead.
Yes,
son,
I was about to say, thank you.
Line there, and
thank
she just
you.
sitting there.
Thank
like,
you.
All the dudes sitting there like fucking Ultimo wolves. And then she walk out.
As soon as she start walking out,
like, talk shit. Damn, you see that?
Who gonna hit that? Who gonna hit the jar? Whoever get it first, get the jar.
Yeah, that's what we need. That would be way better. So if they provided that to us, but yeah, I mean, whatever. I get it. They just like, hey, black hangout spot. Let's add a woman. Let's be progressive.
Yeah, there's like a Caucasian woman.
It's a salon too. My brother had a barbershop that also had a salon in it. That's cool, you know. So shout out to my brother. But yeah, whatever. I'm fine with it. It was okay. It was funny because honestly, the thing that we hated most once upon a time is starting to work for us the most, which is not Carmelo. It's Trick.
Trick
is working.
Trick just announced on Twitter he has a wrestling sitcom he's creating himself, dropping in January of 23. It looks pretty interesting.
I got questions. Is it going to be on Netflix?
I think it's going to be something he's just going to showcase himself. So I'm imagining it's going to be on YouTube. If that's the case. Okay.
Well, that might be okay because I remember the last kind of foray from wrestler Netflix.
You're talking about the Big Show?
God,
yes.
That's no.
I wasn't even gonna say it, but you mentioned that shit, so we got to let it happen.
Well, it's the Big Show.
Right? Like what? Who came up with this thing? That was beyond non-creative.
That was definitely like, hey, Paul Wright.
Call this shit something.
Paul Wright was all the creative behind that thought process. The Big Show. Right, guys?
We already got in the tuck, guys. It's already filmed. Let's just fucking call it. All right. The show. Big show. But I don't know, whatever.
But to your point, E-Ray, Trick is getting better. Yes, he is on the mic, and from what I see on the show, I don't watch Level Up. He's getting better, a little better. Yes, I have to agree.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I have enjoyed his segments and his interactions. I think he's another person that's starting to get it, and it's working. And then him and Carmelo just have like a great little back and forth repartee that just works. So not mad at that at all.
I got a question.
What do you think? Well, before let me tee this up. As far as Wes Lee not beating Carmelo and Carmelo once again going for this North American Championship, how do y'all think that plays out? BA.
Wesley beats him.
Yeah, he's gonna get
to the main roster, or well, we know he's losing, but to the main roster. or onto the NXT championship? And does he get cost by Trick? Two-parter.
After he loses to Wesley, he ends up on Level Up wrestling Javier Baez, big body Javi.
I was about to say,
No, I'm kidding.
what?
He'll be on SmackDown.
I have to
It's
agree. I think that, but I see it happening a little different. I think because you gotta separate him and Trick. I see Trick like possibly screwing him over on some old like I want to get a title shot I want to get a shot at the NA title.
Why do you have to separate?
Because Melo's about to go to the big leagues and Trick's not. So we gotta make sense.
You don't think Trick's ready? You don't
Not
think
for
Trick's ready?
SmackDown, unless he's gonna be just his mouth. No, he's not ready for SmackDown.
I was gonna say because I don't think like they're booking Trick as like an actual like full-time competitor yet. I think they have time because
So you think they're gonna Leo Rush him up there basically?
I think the way they do their schedule now was like you're on a run where you do your TV show and you only do like one house show a week. He still has time to go back to Orlando for the rest of the week and continue his in-ring training. Honestly,
I mean, I don't see it, Dub. I see just Melo going up there and them kind of trying to do something a little different with Melo. Like let's let Melo still be Melo, but he don't need a mouthpiece though. Like he's very, very good on the mic already. So that's where I'm like
better on Twitter.
Yes, he is.
yeah,
I don't think he
agree
needs
there.
Trick. I think Trick needed Melo more than anything. And I think Trick, since we've all agreed he's gotten way better, like it's time for Trick to swim without the life vest on in the deep end. Let's see what he can do. I think that's what's about to happen.
Well, and I wouldn't call NXT
Well,
a defense
shit.
right now.
I mean, he don't got Melo to fall back on. He don't got that. That's been his value since he's been in NXT, is being the sidekick to Melo and being the dude to kind of create shit and be like a shitty, making Melo more of a shit heel by the stuff he would do outside the ring. So now I don't think like you can't look at a Trick Williams and think that he shouldn't be wrestling full time. That dude is too tall. His physique is too good for him to be just a mouthpiece or a sometimes part-time wrestler.
So no, I'm not saying he's never going to be that. I'm just saying he doesn't have to be that right now. He can still be what he is to Melo on the main roster while they get him up to like being ready to be a full-time guy that goes. And when he's ready to go, that's when you break him away from Melo.
Okay.
I agree. I'm with Dub here, Jake. You keep them together because it's working. You don't break up what's working until you get to a bigger platform. It's very much like the black version of Miz and Morrison. Keep them together. They're fun.
I see what you're saying.
Keep it moving.
From that perspective.
Now, to the thing that I wanted to talk about. My highlight of the night, easily. TikTok tag team versus Zoe and Nikita Lyons.
She who shall remain nameless in my mind. Yes. Her.
The Den. The Den.
Yes.
Am I crazy, or like was that the shit?
It was a fun match.
Very good match.
That was my match of the night. Easily. There was competition, of course, because I earned some respect, and I'll give a quick nod to Axiom versus McDonough. But the TikTok tag team continues to just surprise me with the way they operate. They've gotten so much better together, as well as just being believable as champs, not transitional champs. I really like what they've been able to do, and I think working with Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons and making both of them, like, we know Zoe Stark can go, but making Nikita Lyons look highly capable and a threat as well, but also like having this good chemistry. Maybe it's just that. I don't know if this will be able to continue with other tag teams, but for whatever reason, they all had something. We probably won't see it again because of how this match concluded, but I loved it. I was into everything from the Caden Carter and Lions Den thick off. Love that. I enjoyed just the high flying moves, the tag team moves, the near falls, some of the heavy hits. I was like, this was part 2 of the one I liked last time. I thought they stole the show with the first go around. I think they opened the show last time. This time they closed it, rightfully so. And shout out to them, man, because they have come a long way, and that's some shit that you gotta salute. Because our former co-host JMO would give them so much shit and like hated them. They are now on top of their game with the tag belts and putting on I don't want to give it a star, but I don't want to give it stars, let's say a star rating, but I love that shit. I was highly sports entertained and impressed with what they were able to do. So that's me.
They just keep getting better as a tag team, and that speaks to the fact that they really are best friends, clearly. Because like when it first started, like it was like, ooh, this is rough all the way around. But as they learned more and as they got better, they also, they grew that bond together. And I think a lot of that comes from like, hey, let's try this. And then when you got people who are willing to be dance partners with you as you're learning, you figure out what actually works. And boy, everything in this match worked for me. I was a big fan of this match. To me, this is their best match so far, the TikTok tag team.
I'd agree.
And the turn at the end that, again, I call.
I feel like I seen it coming as well, but I was just like, you called it, so I'm gonna give it to you. You got it right. And I was like, oh yeah! She kicked her in the head. Zoe Stark, for everybody who didn't see it, for anyone who didn't see it, Zoe Stark, in frustration after taking another L to the TikTok tag team and missing out on those championships, she demolished Nikita Lyons. And she had enough. She gave her some what for. Then she kicked her in the head a few times and then just flexed on her like, bitch. And I was like,
yeah, I think this is what they're going to use to elevate Nikita, to try to have Nikita go take that belt off of Lamanda.
Oh, wow.
Because Zoe's going to come into this like, yeah, this is all fun and games to Nikita, but I'm here for championships and checks and championships, as Booker T would say. And I'm not here for, all the thick dancing and the modeling and all that stuff. So I had to cut the dead weight. And Nikita's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I'm such dead weight, let's have a match, blah, blah, blah. They have a couple of matches, blow off, probably a deadline. And I would say by the Rumble, Nikita Lyons is your number one contender for Lamanda's NXT title. BA, what do you think? What do you think about booking of the territory?
I'd say your booking of the territory, as much as I hate to give you credit, is pretty spot on.
As much as I hate your freaking guts, I mean,
no, I'm not gonna say that. I can't stand his takes.
I mean, y'all but said it. That's literally what I had to say about your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how they've kind of marketed Nikita since day one. Like, she's that chick. Outside of just her appearance, now they're giving her some wrestling ability behind just the look, which has everybody on Twitter, as Wade Barrett would say, talking about Nikita Lyons. So yeah, you have to give her something to make her credible to challenge for the NXT title. And I think this is the moment we're finally at to justify her going after our sweet Lamanda. So with that being said, yeah, Dub, I think that you have booked this territory appropriately, my friend.
Well, guys, that brings us to another conclusion to a great pod. I want to thank you guys for sitting with me and us booking this territory. It was a pretty good week in wrestling. I think next week we might have something to say about AEW, maybe nicer things. I don't know. It just depends on how the show's
I said, that's
going.
on them, man.
I'm not pulling no punches. I was
Yeah,
right. I ain't pulling no punches. That's on y'all.
I want to give them their props.
I like a lot of guys over there,
man. Like, we didn't even talk about
Hopefully
the
their
Soraya
contract ain't that
promo,
long.
how cringe it got weird. And,
Nope. Don't want to. I'm fat on drugs. Okay. I feel awkward.
That's
we ain't here for that.
I was like, I wanted to like it, but I was just sitting there like, oh, it's so nasty. But yeah, anyway, not dragging me back into this conversation. Guys, if you haven't freaking heard, we are sellouts, and we will tell you why at the end of this show. But with that said, A-Dub, let the people know where they can find you.
All right, guys. Every Tuesday, new episodes of Embrace the Turn Up. Me and my homie John talking cash shit about all the hip hop culture, sports, and all that good stuff. If you're looking for me on IG or on Twitter, it's ADUB1220. Go ahead, click that follow button and let me fuck up your algorithm. Shit I be liking on there. Other than that, y'all know the vibes.
BA.
You know where y'all can find me running the most illustrious, stupendous, groundbreaking Twitter page in the Twitter land, while Twitter is still a land, at Let Me Book Pod. Yes, I've been actively engaging more on there since I have more free time to focus during my days. I have no longer Coach BA anymore. I'm putting that in the back burner right now, so I'm able to dedicate time towards engaging with the peoples and talking with the peeps and talking our shit and representing our podcast well. So that's usually what I've been doing here outside of just being the family man and all that fun stuff. So yeah, man, just catch me on Twitter. Say what's up to say what's up to the pod. Say what's up to me. We don't bite. Come talk to us, man. Come fuck with us.
Unless you ask us.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Then we still won't do it because that's weird.
Or if you're paying.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're sellouts. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. We do whatever.
Right, exactly.
Whatever you need,
sellouts.
baby.
Yes.
Whatever you need, that's what I'm doing.
Got you.
Other than that, guys, it is I, the quasi bad guy, to Diet Coke with Evil. You can find me at E_RAY_the bad guy. On Instagrams, I'm not going to be screwing up your algorithm. It is no longer spooky season, but it is still Scorpio season. My birthday was here. I had a great jamboree. Blessings and blessings keep bestowing upon me because, again, Scorpio season is the most powerful season in the universe. Other than that, you can also find me at E_RAY the hipster on the Twitters. There I am probably tweeting something about wrestling, some jokes, or I'm watching Damn Sean threads because they're incredible.
Oh, he said it.
Shameless plug.
He finally said it.
Shameless plug.
It's a good way to get your Twitter filled in without messing up your algorithms, or maybe mess your algorithms up. We'll talk about it.
Other than that, guys, as Dub likes to say, to sweet me when you see me. Everything is wrestling, and let the madness wash over you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're out.
All right.